You know what I really hate? Paying for something and then not getting what I paid for. Have you ever ran to the store to pick up, just a few things, go all the way through the checkout process, load up the car, drive all the way back home, unload, only to find out that the one thing you went for, well, you left it in the bag at the counter. It's a terrible feeling, isn't it? Now imagine that frustration, that waste of time, that waste of money and energy, only multiplied exponentially, like on a company-wide national scale. Well, that's exactly what many trucking fleets are experiencing when it comes to drivers. They set up listings, ads, pay for leads, the whole shebang, and then when the calls roll in, nothing, crickets. The interested driver gets transferred around, here's a voicemail, or worse yet, here's an unending ring that never gets answered. Just like that. The lead that they worked so hard to get and paid for, well, it's gone. Sound familiar? Maybe you've struggled with the same exact thing. But what if there was a better way? What if you had a recruiter who was always on call, day or night, never let a call go unanswered? Well, maybe you can. Let me introduce you to Stratas Agent. Hello everyone, and welcome back to an all-new episode of the Recruiting Roundup. We're back here every month to tackle a new recruiting or talent acquisition topic. And even though today's topic is more focused on driver recruiting, if you happen to be in a different industry, we still got plenty of other content for you. Just check out our previous episodes on the Recruiting Roundup YouTube playlist or over on the Randall Riley site. Speaking of YouTube, if you haven't already, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You can also sign up for our monthly newsletter over at randallriley.com to get a monthly sampling of some of our latest content. Now, back to Stratas Agent. First of all, what's Stratas? Stratas is our one-stop shop for all things driver recruiting. Want to know which areas around the country are easier or more difficult to find drivers in? Want to see how much competition is in an area and see what kind of pay or benefits they're offering? How about you want a personalized job listing, landing page, and a fast and easy way to customize and update all your posts? Stratas does that. All of it. And the latest addition to Stratas is Stratas Agent. Stratas Agent is an all-new personal AI-powered recruiting assistant that has been trained with over 30 years of Randall Riley's extensive driver recruiting data. It can engage with drivers by phone or through chat. It can be set up to trigger follow-ups automatically and features ATS integration and is always on the job fielding the calls that would normally fall through the cracks. 24/7 coverage. Using the latest AI tech, this tool has been developed and designed to ensure that you never have to pay for that missed lead call again. Nights, weekends, holidays, doesn't matter. Stratas Agent is on the job, and every call is recorded and summarized so you and your recruiting team can know exactly what happened. With that ATS integration I mentioned, all the captured data info is sent directly into your ATS system of choice. And not only does this AI voice sound not AI-y, it sounds really, really good.
Thank you for calling RR Enterprises. I'm Kayla in driver recruiting. How can I help you get on the road with us?
See what I mean? No uncanny valley problem there. Like a real person. But it also knows all the right things to say, because not only has Stratas Agent been trained with all of our Randall Riley data, but its responses are built around your approved messaging to help guide prospects through your process and keep them engaged through the entire conversation. And when the conversation ends, you can set up workflows to trigger automatically. If you use text, emails, or any other retargeting tools, well, Stratas Agent can be configured to set all of that into motion for you. It all sounds pretty good, right? But is bringing in another AI tool really necessary? How bad could missing a few calls really be? Well, most fleets out there are struggling with a bit more than just a few missed calls. Data says around 45% of all driver calls go unanswered, and some of our data points to around 70% never reaching a live recruiter. And since most drivers are looking into multiple fleets at once, if you miss that first call, there may not be a second. Listen, you can have the best, most effective recruiting team in the world, but they're still only human. They can only work so many hours a day. And no matter how good they are, they can only be in one place at one time. They can only work one driver call or lead at a time. And the fact that a pretty significant portion of the driver applications are submitted outside normal business hours means you're already set up to miss a significant number of the calls you're paying for. Studies show that between 35% and 50% of driver applications are submitted outside of the standard 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. workday window. This stat includes those submissions during evenings, overnight, and throughout the weekend. And most of those calls that don't reach a live recruiter and go to the voicemail only to have them hang up or abandon the call, well, most of those are going to be dang near impossible to get a hold of again. On top of that problem, we all know that speed is the name of the game. If calls come in, you have to get to them fast. If a driver calls and you don't answer, even if you do have an effective voicemail system set up, your likelihood of getting them back on the phone is pretty low. It all really comes down to the driver schedule. Our typical workday, or the times you most normally have your active on-duty recruiters manning phones, don't really line up with when drivers are most likely to be able to call in. I mean, after all, most of them are out driving during that same window. Well, these issues are addressed and all the problems are solved with Stratas Agent. No matter when they call, Stratas Agent is there. If all your recruiters are currently busy and already working calls and you don't want that new call going to a voicemail, Stratas Agent is there. So if you're struggling to get the drivers you need or find yourself throwing money down a black hole to generate calls and leads that you're never able to capitalize on, it may be a great fit for you and your team. If you'd like more info and want to talk to someone on our team in more detail about how everything works, well, just click the link down below. Now, normally I don't speak so specifically about a particular service or tool that Randall Riley offers, and I keep it more general and big picture. But Stratas Agent is a brand new state-of-the-art tool that we think can really help eliminate this massive problem area for trucking fleets. And that'll do it for me here today. I will be back next month with another topic and another edition of the Recruiting Roundup. Until then, thanks for watching.